It was December of 22.
Oh, yeah. About to be 23.
December of 22, you were here. You did our first interview. You were just some girl that I met through a friend.
Right.
And you were doing this interview, and you mentioned something about...
Okay. The freakoff is crazy, bro. That shit is... Why did he have to call it that, my nigga? Like, that is...
I accidentally mentioned it, too. Like, it slipped out.
About P. Diddy.
About P. Diddy.
You went to one of his parties.
Yeah. Crazy party.
And he's in the news now because of all the scandal.
And they didn't believe me. But when it started coming out, people were, like, mentioning me, like, you were telling the truth about it. And I'm like, duh, I'm not going to lie about something like that. And I kind of, like, tried to briefly talk about it because I knew it wasn't going to seem true because it was just too much. It was too
crazy.
It was too crazy. People were going to think that I was just lying. It had, like, a lot of people involved, celebrities and stuff. So I was trying to be real vague about it. But that party traumatized me.
How did you get invited to it?
By being with a prince that I met in L.A. He lived in Glendale, California. And, long story short, I got out of this crazy little contract, and I was looking for somebody to invest in me. And I knew somebody who knew somebody that was like, I want to introduce you to a prince. He know a lot of celebrities, producers and stuff. So I never put two and two together that this prince knew P. Diddy as the producer.
When you say a prince of what?
He was a Arabian prince.
Really?
Yes. Wow. And he really was a prince for real. But I wasn't worried about him being a prince. I was worried about who he actually knew. So when he invited me to, he met me, he said, I want to invite you tomorrow to Music Ultra Week, whatever. And it's like an event, Ultra Music Week. It's like an event for like 2 weeks where people party, including P. Diddy. And they party at Club Live. They party at like just in South Beach, Star Island, like where P. Diddy stays or throw his.
I know this is supposed to be about Diddy. I don't want to really criticize her. But blessed throat, no, I'm playing. But the cross on your neck and you living like that, man, like, this should be crazy, man. Like, religion, I don't know.
Yeah, it's freakoff sack. And I never knew that we were going to go there because I was there for 2 weeks and I knew it was something fishy. He kept saying, I got a surprise for you. I'm like, but I'm only supposed to stay for 2 weeks and I'm here longer than 2 weeks. And it was almost a month. It was basically a month by then. And he was like, no, because I just want you to meet one special person. So he ended up telling me, like, when we went to Club Live, he was like, guess where we're going tonight? I'm like, where? He's like, to P. Diddy's house. I'm like, oh, really? I'm like, that's crazy because I hear a lot about P. Diddy. And I'm like, his house for what? Like, to go sing? He's like, no, he's throwing this wild party. Da-da-da. I'm like, oh, okay. So we went from Club Live. It ended at like, the clubs end at like 3 or 4 and not 2 like how out here is. So we waited around the mansion, the Prince's mansion, for about an hour. And then as soon as 6:30 hit, we went. We all got in the car, like a big Uber. And me and
Diddy house lit, nigga. It's funny as hell, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, now the way it is, like, his name is such a meme. Like, even when she said, like, the nigga told her we going to P. Diddy house, like, in my mind, I'm like thinking of like, I don't know why it popped in my head like Scooby-Doo, like a fucking haunted house or some shit. Like, that sound like a threat. Like, I'm not gonna lie. If my son be getting on my nerves too much, I might like start threatening him with that, like scaring him, nigga. Like, bro, if you don't chill, I'm gonna take you to Diddy house. Like, straight up, nigga. Like, that sound like a threat now. Like, so it's funny as hell that not, like, back then, well, not even back then, really prior to all of this shit happening, like, Well, no, back then, because like a year ago, it was still, yeah. But prior to all of this, nigga, like, hanging out with Diddy or some shit, or going to go see P. Diddy, nigga, like, just the name Diddy, it just means something different now. And then the word Diddy sounds so fucking funny in general. So the connotation that it has now is perfect almost. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just too funny. Like, Diddy house lit. Imagine somebody posted that on their story. They would be on their way to being kidnapped. That's what this looked like.
And all the other girls. Now, mind you, I'm the only black girl. So I'm like, oh yeah, you know, I'm about to meet Pete.
On my way to Diddy after party. Like, it's just, these are jokes right now. These are just so many jokes, bro. Like, I don't know.
Diddy, oh, you know, like, I'm probably gonna have to sing for him, da-da-da. And I just tried to, like, keep my composure. So we get there, and that's when stuff got weird. And that's why they lock up our phones, because they know what we see in there, you know, it's he can get in trouble, like right now. So basically, we arrived, security guard patted us down. They put our phone in this little bubble case. So the bubble case is closed. They can't get unlocked until we walk out. So as we're in there, the only way of us taking any type of pictures is if we get in the photo booth. He has like a Team Love photo booth or whatever.
He is Brother Love. Hey, that's on brand. She said she was the only black girl. That's a white girl there. I mean,
take like 4 pictures. So I, got pictures. I still got everything in my Snap too, like of the photos, everything.
Yeah, she wasn't lying. She was the only black girl.
That's all you could get. So I'm walking around or whatever. So one of his sons, I'm not going to tell you which one, but it was like.
Which one you think? We only know one, so.
Recruiting like whoever they wanted to go inside the house, because the freakoff is inside the house and in the backyard. So you have the pool, and they're playing loud house music. Like, Mark, the house music, it makes you feel kind of woozy, first of all, because it's like a rave or something. Dun, 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 and it's real loud. So you can't really see nothing, but you're seeing everybody like walking around, drunk, hopping around. It's still 7 a.m. So the sun is like coming up, and people are walking around naked, period. Let's get into it. They're walking around naked already, and they're in the pool skinny dipping.
Wait, did she say his son was what?
In the backyard, go inside. I'm not going to tell you what you did. So I'm walking around or whatever. So one of his sons, I'm not going to tell you which one, but it was like recruiting like whoever they wanted to go inside the house.
My nigga Diddy put the kids on it. That's crazy, dog. Like, your reality becomes so much more warped. You know? Like, you got it. Like, nigga, he was one. We know which one. Let's cut the bullshit, right? The one that rapped, like, bro, nigga, like, that's crazy, bro. You had your kids in this, nigga. I don't know. That nigga Diddy's a different animal.
So the sun is like coming up, and people are walking around naked, period. Let's get into it. They're walking around naked already, and they're in the pool skinny dipping. And they're drinking mimosas in the pool, but then it's like a waitress walking around giving people drinks, just passing people drinks, And
I'm gonna be straight up, man. I don't know, all right, because this does not make sense. But like, I sort of like I don't know how to explain it. Like, being in a pool with people, like, especially like people you don't know, like, you know what I'm saying, like. And then, like, skinny dipping, nigga, like, bro, it'd probably be, like, loose pubes and shit floating around in the water and shit. Like, I couldn't do it, bro. I couldn't.
People are just taking them. Me, I don't drink like that, but I'm, like, an occasional drinker. Like, I'll drink if we're partying or whatever, just for that occasion. So, because people are going to keep saying, drink, drink, drink. But I didn't take a drink yet. But I just had it in my hand. So one of the sons seen me walking. Mind you, I'm with other girls, but we split up. So I was walking with one girl. She's a Puerto Rican girl. So P. Diddy's son was like, you. And I'm like, me or her? And then he was like, no, you. Come here. So I went to him, and he gave me some shoes. So these shoes was like some terry cloth, like robe shoes, white shoes. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do with these? He was like, go in the house with these. He was like, everybody who gets these shoes, you get to go in the house. But I'm thinking you could just go in the house if you want to, but everybody can't go in the house. They're literally selectively picking who they want. So I'm like, well, what about my friend? He was like, no, only you. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm holding the shoes. I'm walking around. You know, I'm a good, loyal friend. I'm not going to go inside a house where they say my friend can't go. So we just walking around mingling. But we tripping out, looking at everybody like they off everything smoking and jumping around like hooligans. And so I seen P. Diddy or whatever, and I seen him with the Prince. I'm not going to say what he was doing, but something really, I get real nervous. Something real crazy, because I don't like to really expose people. I could talk about me, but when it's about, like...
What y'all think Diddy and that nigga was doing?
Me, my family, because it's us. But when it's other people, bro... doing something real sexual, that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
So that we can see and so that we can get turned on, okay? So he's doing something with himself. And I'm like, girl, do you see him? She's like, yes. But mind you, we're screaming like, girl, do you see him? Oh my God. Because of the music. And I'm just like, whatever. Then he starts to act like really obnoxious, like, I'm the king of the world, jumping around, doing all this stuff. So I'm like, okay, that's regular P. Diddy shit. But what got me was how he walked up to me and was like, why are you not in the house? And I'm like, what do you mean? He like, how are you enjoying my house? So we had a little talk or whatever. He started talking about all these things. Oh, yeah, you're the one that, you know, I seen was telling me about the Prince. He's like, oh, yeah.
She just said that nigga name. So, well, I mean, that's like a typical Arabian name, no offense.
It's very nice to meet you. Like, your life is not going to be the same. Da-da-da-da. We started talking about going to Cuba. Are you going to Cuba with us? I'm like, what? And that's the thing. I didn't really know about this. So this is when I start asking around or whatever. And I said that in the last interview. But to get to the point, I ended up going in the house because he was on me, like, go in that house. I'm like, okay. Then the person that he was dating at that time, we're not going to say her name, but we all know, she came and was like looking at him like, what are you doing? Because he was talking to me for too long. So she came to like rub on his shoulders or whatever, and he just pushed her. And I'm looking like real uncomfortable, like, oh, I know what this is about. I don't want to be in the middle of there, whatever. So that's what made me go into the house, because I'm like, okay, let me just go in the house. So I told my friend, like, wait right here, girl. Let me just put on these shoes, see what this house is about. Walk up in there. I don't judge people, because at the time I was just smoking weed. But you know when people are out of their mind, and you know when people... you know what you don't want to be a part of. And it's just like, I'm seeing stuff that you see on the movies. This corner, this got going on. This corner, they over here doing this. This corner, they over there having sex. This corner, I'm just going to say, because I don't know what I can say, because I'm not trying to be incriminating myself, but they were dressed up like little Harajuku Barbies.
Like what?
Little people, okay? We're not going to say what type of little people, but like a fetish.
Diddy was a freak, my nigga. He had the midgets up in there too, nigga. Yeah, Diddy's an animal. He's an animal, nigga.
And I'm looking like, what are they doing here? Like dressed up, little red lipstick. Like they weren't supposed to be there. But I'm just looking like maybe it's.
Wait, is she talking about midgets or kids, bro? Because with Diddy, we gotta be 100. We just don't know.
Some type of
we hope it's midgets.
Production going on, but why would they be at this party at 7:00 in the morning with grown people? Like why would they?
Diddy, damn, nigga, she talking about kids. I thought she was talking about midgets. She talking about little girls.
Be here, so I was just like, okay, whatever. Like, but then when I'm looking in this corner, this person laid out, and I'm looking like, what's going on? Then I'm seeing like Instagram models or whatever. I'm like, oh hey, so I'm kind of getting distracted, feeling like kind of comfortable. Like she's here. Oh my God, she's here. And then I see P. Diddy, you know, walking through the house like with his eyes on me. Like, you know, like, is this, you know, you see, like, are you agreeing with this? And I don't. Now, mind you, I still got my friend out there. So I walked out of the house and I'm telling her like, oh my God, bitch. Like, this is, oh my God, she like for real? But I'm just like, I'm not even tripping. Like, oh, well, like, this nigga's weird. Like, so I'm really looking at the situation like, I don't even want to be involved in this type of stuff because once I see something, I can't get it out of my mind. And I'm like a hypochondriac. Like, I keep on having flashbacks about it. So, whatever. So, of course, I come out, and then here he goes again. And another rapper, well-known rapper, comes and starts feeling on me like, hey, you. So now it just seems like everybody is faded at this point. They're either drunk or on all the drugs, obviously, with this house music. So now I just feel like trapped in. Like, I don't like it. And I know the devil when I see it. Because by me being so spiritual and tapped in, I know when something is not right. I'm not judging, but I just don't want to be a part of it because how am I going to get out of this shit? Like, I'm already here, and then I heard conversations or whatever, and then P. Diddy was like, that's the one that I want. I want her. So now I feel like, they plotting on me like, did you bring me here on purpose? Like, is this the, producer you was talking about? And I came here specifically with the Prince to rub elbows with people, to network for the music week. But then I put two and two together like, the Prince have been saying your life is never going to be the same. You're going to be happy. Somebody's expecting you. And I just feel like that was the time that I was going to get sex trafficked or, drugged or something like that. And then they kept trying to make me, like, I've been around celebrities before. If a rapper wants you or somebody wants you, they're not going to do it. They're going to send somebody else to do it. So if a waitress is coming or another girl or a pretty girl or a guy, they'll sick somebody on you. Like, take this drink, do this, do that. And then you just feel eyes on you, like watching to see if you're going to do it, when you're going to do it. So I already know what time it was. And it's crazy because I had to leave that place. In my last interview, I told you I had to escape. I had to leave from the Prince because he was telling me we was leaving for Cuba the next day. Cuba with who? With P. Diddy? Or what? Like,
Hey. Yeah, Cuba with P. Diddy, man. You might not make it.
This is all crazy. So to see all of this stuff come out, and I escaped by leaving. I had to call the police and everything. I had to leave with the Prince. That's another story. From the Prince, from that house. I didn't leave with the other girls. I had to get my phone unlocked, of course, but I had to catch a taxi, not even an Uber, a taxi to another location, and then I ended up going to the airport, and I ended up leaving because I just felt bamboozled. First, I'm getting lied to about how long I'm supposed to stay there. Then you keep talking about I'm supposed to meet this producer, but we're not talking about nothing with music, but you're talking about going to Cuba. We didn't even do what we were supposed to do in Miami, or did we do what we were supposed to do in Miami at this freakoff? But because I'm not cooperating with what I see, and I feel like that's what the Illuminati and stuff is about, like a secret society. Like, they want to see what you allow, what you cool with, and then next thing you know, boom, take that drink, you're drugged. Take that, you're out of it. Take that pill, because everybody was off something, but you had to be being in that environment like that.
How many people were at this event?
Like hundreds. Even when it was a certain amount outside, but in the house was really crowded. You know what I'm saying? And you would think that, it was more people in the house.
And you walked around?
Yeah, I walked around for about 5 minutes. I seen what I need to see. And I was like, no, ma'am.
Yeah, Diddy's an animal. Like, that's what it is. It's like, when you get everything, right? What do you want if you have everything? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you have everything, what more could you want? Then at that point, you have to start creating. You got to start creating shit to want. You know what I'm saying? You just got to start making up shit, to want. You know what I'm saying? So now this nigga, this ultra creative freak, you feel me? Because he didn't have everything. You know what I'm saying? You didn't been at the top of the mountain literally since the 90s. As far as celebrity status and that type of world, you know what I'm saying? So he was able to pretty much have whatever he want, you know what I'm saying, back in 30 years ago, nigga. So what it looked like you know what I'm saying, 20, 30 years of having everything you want sexually. You know what I'm saying? Anything that you want, you know what I'm saying? You get it. Like, you want a girl to look like this, they'll find her for you. They'll bring her to you. You know what I'm saying? You want a girl that do this, they'll find her for you. They'll bring it to you. You want a girl this age, apparently. You feel me? So it's like, this nigga just started making shit up. You know what I'm saying? Like, that nigga got creative.
No, sir. Because it was like selling your soul at that house. And if you like that, it's nothing to you. But if you're not like that, you're going to feel uncomfortable. And then it's like, at first I used to think P. Diddy was like, so he always talk about team love and all of this stuff. Like he's all about, no, he all about sex, himself. And I know sex because I've dealt with men, Mark. So I know when somebody is trying to lead you on to stuff and sitting back acting like he just this macho man. And he is a charmer, though. That's one thing. Like, he will charm the fuck out of you. But for me, that's so game tight. I'm like, I know what this is. And I'm ready to get to the music. Like, if that's the case, you should have been like, don't tell me you about to change my life and da-da-da. And, oh, have you been writing? Oh, that's nothing, too. He was like, have you been writing the songs that I seen been telling you to write? Because the Prince wanted me to write out all the songs I ever made in my life. I said, without the beat? He's like, yeah, just start writing songs. So you never know. They'll take my music,
Yeah, that's just...
fuck me, do whatever. And just...
Yeah, low-key. That low-key would be the game. You feel me? You tell her, like, man, just, you feel me, bring us the lyrics. You feel me? And then what they gonna take them lyrics, go find a girl, you feel me, another girl that probably can't sing or whatever, a J-Lo, you feel me, hand her these lyrics, hey, sing this. She sing this into the mic, you feel me? And then, you know what I'm saying, they doctor up her voice, you feel me? Now they got a star, you know what I'm saying? And you just you feel me? You just lost in the ether at that point.
Just throw me away, basically. Yeah. Or after you have something on me, when we do the music, you have that on me that this happened, and now I'm blackmailed or some shit like that. So touching all on me at that party, even the rapper who touched all on me, like, that rapper was cool. Like, I was liking that rapper. But when they were like, hey, you, and doing all that, what can I do? All I could do is just say, like, move his hand like, oh, I'm fine, but, you know, trying to, like, still be cool. But I'm like, why do everybody feel comfortable to just touch on you?
Hey, what are the odds that it's Meek? Let's be 100, man. You know what I'm saying? What's the odds that it was Meek? I want to know. I'm not going to lie. I want to know which rapper she's talking about, because I believe that it may be. And that's the only one I can think of.
Even P. Diddy, like, why I look up and you're right there? And then, like, in my face, like, are you, like, in my house? Like, it's weird. Like, looking at him, it's like when you're a kid and you're getting in trouble by your parent and you can't look them in their face. And it's like a demon. I'm telling you, like, this dark spirit, like, he possessing you as he's looking at you. That power, that control. So I'm like, I read The Art of Seduction, motherfucker. I know what you're doing, and you're trying to really seduce me right now. And, oh, take a drink. Oh, do this, do that. Go in there. Like, it's just not nothing. And I want to know, why me go in the house and why not the girl? So now you're picking and choosing. So it's fishy to me. So when all this stuff started coming out, I was like, I knew I was right. I knew it. Like, it ain't no doubt about that. P. Diddy was doing all that. And like I say, I don't judge, because I've been around people doing cocaine. But these hard drugs that they was doing, and just, I ain't gonna lie, it was orgies and stuff going on. So all of this stuff going on, I'm like, why is people doing stuff all in the open? Like, that's just offending me and assaulting me, period. Because where am I at? I didn't sign up for this. And how can I really get out? So I had to, like, ease my way on out. You know, it's security, but they not caring about what happens as long as that phone is closed. They damn near don't care if somebody died up in there. Ain't nobody can film it.
And there were famous people or not?
It was a whole bunch of famous people.
Yeah.
Like 4 famous people and then some Instagram models. Mm-hmm. And
bro, Bruh, if it wasn't Meek, who else would it be? Like, let's be real. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it wasn't, I don't. All right, let's say it wasn't Meek. Who else is like? She's saying it was 4 famous people. Who else is like that cool with Diddy, where they gonna be up at his parties and shit like that? You feel me? Like, who do we know that's that closely associated with Diddy? Like, famous. You know what I'm saying? Cause like, Diddy don't really got like, he didn't really have like that many, you know what I'm saying, celebrity friends like towards the end, you know what I'm saying? Like, people kind of split on him, you know what I'm saying? Like, where like, I'm talking about close associates where they'd be up at a freak off with this nigga, you know what I'm saying? They probably had their own world of shit, but like, to enter Diddy's world, like, it's like she said, like, you signing a contract. So you gotta damn near trust this nigga Diddy a little bit. You know what I'm saying? For you to go up in this nigga house. And she said they was having little kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, they was going crazy. You know, and that was just one random party. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, how many of these niggas exist? You know, my money's on Meek. That's really the only nigga I could think of. Like, because Meek Mill, like, he was Diddy's best friend. Like, he became Diddy's best friend like 5 years ago out of nowhere. Just out of thin air. I've never, like, niggas have known about Meek Mill since Flamers. Nigga, like, I've never heard him that close to Diddy to where now this nigga, like, he was best friends with bro, putting bro in his music. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
The whole time, he just was, like, trying to undress me with his eyes. And I was thinking, like, this is really no cap. Because at that time, you know, I always been skinny. So at that time, the son who came up to me, I was like, boy, is it because I resemble your mom? Like, you know, like Kim Porter, like stuff like that. Like, you just never know. Like, I feel like, you know, P. Diddy does have a type. I feel like everybody that was in that house, it was a certain type of person. It was a certain type of something that he wanted and what he liked. And you could just tell, like, he get whatever he wants. That's why he has no problem touching on you, being all in your face, popping up on you, being obnoxious, and just hounding you until you do what he say. And that's just how the industry is already, especially him, because he got a lot of money, you know?
Because you're a singer as well, right?
Yeah, so they probably like, do you want this opportunity or what? And I'm like, not that damn bad, but I do want it. I do. But if I already got a bad vibe and I'm seeing stuff that you're into, I already know how this is going to be. So I don't want to, like, you know, ignore some red flags and then I'll be in trouble because of you. Like, literally in trouble. Like, we know his past, like Shine, the rapper, you know, being in jail because of him. Like, don't think just because I'm from where I'm from, you could just do anything. And that's why I never really said nothing about it, because I just felt like, who am I? You know, he got money. Like, ain't nobody going to believe me. But I have all the receipts. I have it all in my Snap to this day. It never went nowhere. That was just my experience just being in Miami for the first time. I didn't know that I was going to end up at P. Diddy's house.
Did you take photos outside the house?
When I got my phone back, yeah.
Videos or something?
Mm-hmm. I took videos when I was going to the house before I knew this was some weird shit. And then when I got my phone, I ended up, recording. And then I had the shoes on.
Oh, you had the shoes? Mm.
I left with the shoes on because I don't know where I put my shoes at when I put those on. And it was a lot going on. It was real loud. So, I don't know. It just tripped me out. And I was like, is he gay? You know, like, and nothing against gays. I couldn't put my finger. I was like, what is this dude into? But his house, his freak off. No, not like that. You know I'm going to make everything into a joke. But this is a real serious situation because it'll traumatize you, because now I ain't trusting no producer. I look at everybody like, if I went to the top of the top and I've been looking at him like this top-notch mogul and like whatever. But, child, it's a lot. But it's some stuff, you know, that I did leave out because I don't want to say too much. But, because I told you it was some celebrities in there. But.
Me, hey, you know, I don't know, bro. I don't know why, but now I can't stop like connecting the dots. Like, bro, that nigga Drake might be the new Diddy. I'm calling it, bro. I gotta call it. Cause she was talking about these shoes or whatever. And in my mind, I kept thinking about the fucking Chanel bag. What the fuck was that shit he had? Vending machine or some shit? The little claw machine with the Chanel bags or whatever. Or whatever. He was just giving them girls the Chanel bags and shit. And like, the idea, like, the celebrities taking the girls' phones or whatever when they, you know what I'm saying? Like, normal people, we been knew about that. Like, we've been hearing about that shit since, like, you know what I'm saying, forever. Honestly, if we being real, man, I think it's a lot more of these niggas than we, you know what I'm saying, are willing to believe. You know what I'm saying? I think Diddy was just the known one because I think Diddy was just the most out there with it. You know what I'm saying? Even prior to it happening, like, people knew Diddy was, like, on some weird shit. But, like, Diddy was always sort of out in the open. You know what I'm saying? With it. Like, now people going back and be like, oh, look what Diddy said. And this shit, like, Diddy was always out in the open. Like, that he's a weird-ass freak nigga. You know what I'm saying? But I know for a fact that it's way more than just that, you know what I'm saying, than just bro. Like, it has to be. It's too many people willing to live like that. It's too many people willing to submit to a nigga with money and do whatever a nigga with money asks them to do, you know what I'm saying, for it to just be like Diddy, you know what I'm saying? So it's funny though, because it's like we don't really, ain't like we worrying about like, oh, who's the next guy? Like, ain't like we like, oh man, let's, you know what I'm saying, let's figure out how many of these niggas is really doing this type of stuff. Like, we not really tripping. You know what I'm saying? Drake is really, the reason why I said Drake is because Drake is like the second most out there nigga, like, with how much of a weirdo he is. Like, that Bobby Altoff interview bro did in the bed with her, nigga, like, he said his fetish or some shit, like, he like had girls dress up weird. I don't know what the fuck. He said some weird shit. But yeah, like, Drake really like the second most out there as far as like A-list level nigga, you know what I'm saying? That's like where you know something ain't right with that nigga. Like, bro putting barrettes in his hair and shit. He 40 years old now doing that shit. Like, something ain't right with that nigga. So my money, yeah, I'm betting Drake. If we had to bet who else, I think Meek more of a follower than a leader. So I don't think Meek is like leading that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think Meek is just like a type of nigga who will participate. You feel me? Like, if Diddy, you know what I'm saying, got some shit like that going on or something like that. But like, I think Drake, yeah, like Drake is for sure. He's for sure up next. If Diddy was the Michael Jordan of the freaks, Drake is LeBron for sure. He's next up for sure.
For these girls that did get drugged and did take these drinks, I feel like it's because everybody was all having fun. You know, you wouldn't think that somebody would do something like that to you until you get to seeing everything. And once you're intoxicated, it's too late. It's just too late.
I feel it. I'm not gonna lie, and I feel it. It's kind of fucked up maybe saying this, but like young women, y'all have a responsibility to yourselves. Y'all do, my nigga. Like, let's be real. Your mama told you that these niggas out here is crazy. Y'all have been warned throughout the news. Y'all have been warned in a zillion ways before you go outside your house for the first time. You've heard that the whole world is full of predator-ass motherfuckers plotting on you and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So there's a responsibility, you know what I'm saying, as a young lady to protect yourself above all else. You know what I'm saying? And that's not putting yourself in compromising situations where you could be taken advantage of, you know, because for every, 5 parties or whatever you may attend, nigga, all it takes is that one. All it takes is that one party with that one weird nigga that'll fuck up everything for you. You know what I'm saying? And you could go to 100. All it takes is one. You know what I'm saying? And they out there. We know they out there. Like, it's documented. You know what I'm saying? is YouTube videos of these YouTube niggas catching these predators and shit. Like, we understand that. So, like, now y'all understand that, and it's like, oh, let me go sign up to go to this celebrity house party. You go to the front door, and these niggas say, give me your cell phone before you go inside. Your cell phone is your only means of communication to the outside world when you in there. Do you not understand that? So you forfeit that willingly and then be like, oh man, like, damn it was a trap. Like, nah, nigga, like, we gotta be, if they asking for your phone at the front door, you should be asking yourself, why can I not have my phone? You know what I'm saying? But I feel it though. Like I said, you know, it's just that y'all have been warned that these niggas do exist. You know what I'm saying? They just caught Philly up, young Philly, up in Australia, nigga. Like, you feel me? Like, it's out there.
So that's why you gotta watch what drinks you take, and they was just pushing them on us too much. Take a drink, and I'm like, no.
Duh, nigga. Like, and that's the other thing, bro. Like, why would they not? First off, if it's a party, right? They want women there. What the fuck you think they want y'all there for? They want y'all there to get ass. All right, cool. Like, so, like, understand, you feel me? Understand why everybody's here. So that's why it's like, don't put yourself in that situation. Don't go to a Diddy party, nigga, because don't go to a Drake party, nigga, because don't go to a Meek party. Don't go to none of these motherfucking celebrity nigga parties unless you attending it with some nigga or somebody that you could trust your life with, that you comfortable with having, you know what I'm saying, your life in their hands, nigga, because they only want you there because they might get some ass about you. That's the only reason they want you there. They don't want you there because you think you can sing like her. They don't want you there because you got an amazing personality and your conversation is so well. No, they want fine bitches there because, like, that's mandatory. But then it's like, when you're there, my nigga, like, what would a nigga, like, what else are we here for if we not here to try and find somebody? You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, and there's motherfuckers who go overboard with it. Like, we've been warned that people like that exist. So it's like, what do you, at that point, how much of the equation needs to be done for you to find a solution? You feel me? Like, you gotta find it yourself, man. You have.
Because I was already, sipping a little bit at Club Live, so I wanted to, like, mind you, I'm thinking, like, he gonna ask me to sing in a minute. I don't want to be toe up,
Mm-hmm.
Until I put two and two together, and then I'm like, yeah, I'm glad I did.
I'm glad you got out and survived.
Yep, I'm always surviving. This is no joke.
You're a survivor.
For real. And it's like,
you literally willingly putting yourself in these compromising situations and then walk away from it calling yourself a survivor. Like I said, her specific set of shit she just outlined in this video, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying like she wrong or anything and nothing like that, but it's just like, bro, like, you understand that when you go into this world with people that are at this point in their life where they literally get whatever they want all the time, like, this type of shit, like, come on, like, we know, we've heard a million stories about it since forever. Like, this type of shit has always existed. They used to claim Hugh Hefner was this type of nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, so at that point, it's like, what are we talking about? How are you a survivor? You feel me? Because you can go your whole life chasing this singing dream without having to step inside of a P. Diddy party. You know what I'm saying? Because you could just, but it's like, whatever, you know what I'm saying? I feel it though, man.
Still going through stuff, you don't survive being traumatized. And these things do traumatize you because it's like, dang, I can't never get around this. Like, it always end up to this, sex or some creep shit or somebody taking advantage of you or something or feeling all on you and you can't do nothing because...
You thought the streets were dangerous.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm telling you. But, yeah.
Bro. It always revolve around, bro. It's sad to say, but the reality is, because I don't think they pretty much talking about much else with this Diddy shit.
And I'm like, this is weird. You know, like.
Okay, she talking about Meek feeling on her again, I think.
People and assaulting people. I don't want to be assaulted, and I don't want to be filled up. If you're going to fill me up.
Yeah, she's talking about Meek.
Producer, ain't you? But no, you know, it did hurt my feelings. So, you know, whatever. I got over it. You know, like, tell me first, fool. Because I would have charged you. No, I'm saying. But, and I just make, you know, it did hurt my feelings. So, you know, whatever. I got over it.
Okay, look, bro. Young ladies, I doubt any fucking girl would watch me on fucking YouTube. But any young ladies listening, man, look, bruh, it starts with you. Do not put yourself in these situations. How do you avoid putting yourself in these situations? Well, if you do want to go out, if you do want to, you know what I'm saying, enjoy yourself at a club, party, whatever the case may be, understand who you're with, understand where you're going, understand who may be there, and understand what you're going to do when you get there. And also what's expected of you when you're there. She's talking about going to an A-list billionaire celebrities party as a complete nobody. What else would they want from you? Now, if it's like, say if it was like a smaller scale event, you know what I'm saying? And that's different because it's like maybe people, you know what I'm saying? But this, like, bro, what else would P. Diddy want you at his fucking house for? You know what I'm saying? Like, you claim, all right, you a singer. Cool, whatever. Like, is that, do you believe that's how singers get signed? Let's evaluate how artists get put on. If you're a female artist and you want to get put on, let's hold your standards to what a nigga would have to be, because it sound fucked up, but like let's make sure if a nigga can be signed without having to go to some fucking house party, well then I can. You know what I'm saying? Which, I mean, maybe you can, maybe you can't. I don't know how it is for women to get put on in music and shit like that. I heard it's treacherous, you know what I'm saying? But the reality is the reality. Like, it's like, what do you think? So don't fucking jump in a fire and then be like, oh, I'm a survivor because I survived it. Like, no, you put yourself in danger. Like, you did. You willingly put yourself in danger because they said it was raining outside and you still went outside, but you had an umbrella on. But just don't get mad if you get wet. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's really what it is. Sound fucked up, though. But it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? And the niggas who be up in that shit, y'all niggas be tripping, bro. Like, damn, nigga, like, I can't stand hearing about this type of shit with niggas, bro. I can't. I don't. Bro, how do I say this, like, without sounding, like, fucked up? Like, bro, cat is not that hard to get. Like, as far as, like, actually talking to a female in, like, the ethical way. It's not hard to get ethically. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, damn, nigga, y'all don't have to take it, bro. Y'all don't have to take it, bro. And then there's some selling. She's selling some. Like, then there's some, if you can't get it the old-fashioned way, my nigga, buy it. Like, god damn, nigga, but y'all niggas don't gotta take it. Like, y'all niggas is tripping. Y'all fucking up the game for everybody at that point. Like, yeah, Diddy's the funniest nigga that ever exists. And that shit she said about them little girls, bro, yikes. I ain't know Diddy was going out like that. I'm gonna be 100.